I don't have to prove myself to everybody. As long as I prove myself to me and in the process then to them as well, for you're not a failure if you can't manage a bicycle. It's okay. Walk on foot to the next block. It is okay. My name is Rosa Van Jaarsveld. I am 78 years. Earlier on, I was feeling more in control. Now I'm taking the best and making the best of whatever, because that is what is available. I was married only for 7 years. Then my husband and me were both 33-year-olds and he passed away. And I never ever wanted to marry again, but I came back to my parents. I think what gave me a different attitude and a look at the stuff was the fact that I had my parents with me growing older. And they were, before the time, involved in their families, taking care of arranging stuff and whatever. So we were quite comfortable with it. It's not until you are in certain circumstances as an older person that you realize you never truly realized before what it involved. And then only when you are yourself old, not having a car, some people have got hearing problems, they can't hear. Some people don't have their own way of transport. So you realize how privileged you were all life long with ordinary life going on and you just taking part of it. I think a lot of people misunderstand that they will only get to know their parents and their parents' situation truly when they get there themselves. I can't say I achieved the dream the way I thought about it from the beginning, simply because we couldn't afford it. We had to manage with average. There was not a lot of money around. I think I went through all phases of life and all possible opportunities. And what you then do with it, realizing you're actually privileged in whatever it is that you do now and can do now, and what is available. Being in my situation as I was, and the bank manager looking for somebody to train in certain areas of life, I think I got opportunities that I would not easily have got if it was just that I had to manage without education officially. We were married for 7 years, and my husband got cancer, and then he passed away after we were married for 7 years. Our child was 4. We were working at a mines administration hostel, and he was the manager of that mines educational hostel. So I think he also got a lot of training opportunities that would not have come naturally and all the way, because he was the last one of 12 kids. So his parents were already aged themselves when everything got to that place in life. But then one realized that you still had got a lot of opportunities to face life as it is and help others also bettering their lives, not just taking care of yourself all the time. I would love to say that it's not most important that you be tended to, but that you also help someone else getting their dreams and managing whatever they feel like managing. In the marriage time, it was that I had to learn that it's not important to at all times be right and be up to standard, but it's much more important than learning should you make a mistake. It was so short and sweet, and the Lord was my friend, so I could communicate with him. I could say to him, "Hi Lord, now my husband passed away and now I've got a kid of 4. And there's not a lot of inheritance. We had a paid car, that was that. And the funeral, I think, was paid for. Nothing else was paid for, or there were opportunities for a lot of other stuff. I had to learn that it's okay. God still takes care of me. That God being my friend, and He, if He started something, keeps His promises. So that helped a lot. I think the important thing for young people about money is be realistic about it. You can't manage and hope it will fall from heaven. It won't. You may not have had a perfect life, but you had a lot of opportunities as well. And that makes you to, in future, face some stuff. And if you had to suffer some consequences in some other things, knowing that you are yourself responsible for the life you are going to live and the life you are living now. And you can forgive yourself should you have missed opportunities. You need not prove yourself to yourself, because all people need to manage life as they face them. It is that life is not, you need not prove yourself to yourself or to anybody else. You need to find out what is the best way for you to opportune your life for your own sake as well as for other people's sake. Giving them advice. That was really why when I was involved at the church and at the music and at the singing and all stuff like that, we at that time started taking photographs of if we have to go and visit at Medusa. Then we said, let's go there and face the fact that we will be here, although we'll have much educated and learned people, and we're not as learned as them. We've got other experience that they benefit from. When I tell them, you need not prove yourself as being the best professor or the best trainer or the best tutor. You just do your own best. Look yourself in the face and say to yourself, although today is extremely rainy and it would have proved something to else if the sun was shining, it is still going to be fine simply because of grace and mercy from above. Because we don't have to be perfect at all, as long as we are obedient and receive the grace and the mercy for opportunities. A lot of our elderly people don't want to face a cell phone. They would rather just tolerate a cell phone or something like that. But if you could get to the point where you can say, it is okay, although I'm not the best trainer in cell phones for everybody, I learned a lot of other technology because I was not scared of it. And that's why when I worked at the bank again had this connection with the financial system of the bank itself, had this exposure to you can manage. Although they may have told you you should go and sell sweets at the street corner, you don't need to go and sell sweets at the street corner. You can manage with the technology with which you have got to do with. I would advise that not everybody should sort of feel they have to prove themselves managing the technology. But amongst them there will be some that can manage and others that could rather go and play the music in the church and then let the kids sing with us while they dare that Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Something like that. I have learned that I don't have to prove myself to the expectations people have got from me. I don't have to prove myself to everybody. As long as I prove myself to me and in the process then to them as well, for You're not a failure if you can't manage a bicycle. It's okay. Walk on foot to the next block. It is okay.